We're almost done decorating for the Christmas 2023 season, so in today's video, I'm taking it outside to the front porch. I hope y'all have enjoyed this year's decorating so far, and if you have missed any of those videos, then be sure to check them out. I'll link them down below, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle. I've been decorating for months, just kidding, just 1 month. And in next week's video, I'm headed to my parents to finish up their house. So if you're not subscribed and you don't want to miss any videos, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. For now, let's start with the outdoor garland. Now, I bought garland from Costco a couple years ago, and although it's beautiful, I ended up using it on my stairs. If you saw that last week, I felt like from a distance, you know, if it's outside, I want it to be really, really thick. So I went to the store I keep talking about called Craftex, and I got this super long garland. But before I get started, I partnered with FabFitFun in today's video, and I'm excited to share more about them. So if you are having trouble finding the perfect Christmas gift for those hard to buy for people, I have a great idea for you. With FabFitFun, you can get a customizable box 4 times a year with full-size beauty, fashion, fitness, wellness, and home products that you get to choose from. And thank you, FabFitFun, for partnering with me on today's video. And you can use Michelle for 20% off of your first box. You also get to access their exclusive flash sales to top brands for up to 70% off. And all members have access to swap their boxes for shop credit. I love FabFitFun because I get to choose the products that come into each box. So here I received my winter box, and I'm so excited to share with you guys the products that I received. First, I got this Insert Waves Here hair waver, which y'all, I used today and I absolutely am obsessed with. So y'all, this hair waver alone would have cost me $72, which is more than the cost of this entire box itself. The reason that I love this hair waver is that it doesn't take me long at all to do, and I still get that nice, different, beautiful, wavy look. The next item in my box, and if you've seen a lot of my videos, I do like to make my own birthday cakes for the kids. So I got this Susie cake stand. Look how cute it is. Oh my gosh. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. So one of the things that I got my daughters for Christmas is an easy bake oven. So when we're done with the cakes, look how adorable and cute this is. I absolutely love it. Y'all, the next thing I got were these topical brightening and clearing eye masks. They go under your eyes and they help with darkness and puffiness, which as a mom of 3 is something that I was like, absolutely include this in my winter box because I need it badly. The next thing I got in my box was this Grand Lash MD Lash Enhancing Serum. Y'all, I used to do fake eyelashes all of the time. My eyelashes were totally ruined. I'm so excited to try this out and get some healthier eyelashes. The next thing I got in my box, I had never seen these before, but I am so excited. I'm sure that the girls are going to be fighting with me over these. They're probably gonna come and take them from me. But look at this creaseless hair clips. How cool are these? Oh my gosh, what am I hearing now? I'm so excited to have these in my box. And the last thing I got in my box was this Marilyn Schiff. Look how beautiful this necklace is. I love the gold layer look, and when I saw it, I knew that I had to get this in my box. FabFitFun is amazing for getting all of your holiday shopping done at once. You can find the perfect holiday gifts for your loved ones and for yourself. The biggest flash sales of the year are coming up during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and you don't want to miss out. So there are 2 different ways that you can sign up for FabFitFun. The first way is where you sign up seasonally, where you're billed every 3 months. But with my discount code Michelle, you get 20% off of your first box, which would only make it $47.99, which y'all, this winter box is valued at up to $350. So that is an amazing deal. The other way that you can sign up is annually, and you can use my code MICHELLEGIFT for a surprise gift valued at over $200. So don't pass up this amazing opportunity using my codes below. All right, so one of the first things I'm gonna do here is fluff it out, and I loved the way this looked last year, but one thing I think that it needed more of was more lights. But also the reason why I switched it up from the Costco garland was that because you're looking at it from a distance, like from the street, then I felt like it needed to be a lot thicker and more noticeable. Like I really wanted it to make a statement. So I got this one that was 9 feet long and 18 inches thick, which is very thick garland. Now, another thing you can do is just double layer your garland. But since I found this one, then that was the one that I was going with. Now, it is super thick and big, hence why you saw me take it out of a Christmas tree bag. So I have a whole Christmas tree bag just to fill my garland in. I'm also using several strands of lights. So last year I did 2 colors, red and white, but this year I'm just doubling the amount of lights that were originally on it.
Racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, hurt my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, bring the cheese. Put the lights up. 'Tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this. Y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing. Favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing.
So I'm wrapping these lights, which is a pain. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I know it'll be worth it at the end. And I realize that this whole strand is like, oh, it half works. So as I'm unwrapping it, some of them work and then some of them don't. So what do I got to do? I got to unravel. Luckily, it's just this one strand and then get a new strand. So in one of my videos from 2020, I put up my Christmas tree. None of my lights worked. I have that whole story. I've said it multiple times. But what I would get out of that is what I called, what is your Griswold moment? Like, you love Christmas and you're trying to get everything perfect, and then like nothing goes as planned, but you are just trying so hard and you're not going to ruin your Christmas spirit. And I asked you guys, like, what is your biggest Griswold moment? In fact, leave me a comment down below. Let me know. But speaking of the Griswolds, you know, Christmas Vacation is one of my favorite movies, and we watched it last night, and like this squirrel popped out of their Christmas tree. So I am decorating this garland strand, and one of my fears is like something coming out of the Christmas tree. Y'all, there is a dead lizard that is, it must have came out of this bag, or it came out of this garland, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So luckily it wasn't alive and it didn't like jump out at me, but what I think is funny is I have been decorating and wrapping lights around this garland for this long, and it's been sitting there the whole time, and I didn't notice it until now. So do you guys have any funny stories? Has anything ever jumped out of your garland, your tree? Leave me a comment, let me know, because I love hearing them, and then I love sharing them as well. But one thing I wanted to add to the garland to make it stand out not only at night but also during the day was a lot of ribbon. Now I got all of this ribbon from, some of it is from Sam's Club and then some of it is from Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to make a couple of bows and then also create a, is it like cascading? I guess you can call it that. I'm going to like cascade the garland throughout the branches, and I'll show you how to do that. I do get questions like, how do you know how long to cut it? How do you do your ribbon? And the thing is like, don't overcomplicate the ribbon. I promise you half the time I don't even know what I'm doing when I'm you know, making stuff, but don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple. Like for example, in creating the bows, I'm just creating a bow like you tie a shoe, right? You can make it a lot fancier and hide the little middle piece and all that, but I'm like, this is going outside, so let's just keep it simple. Now, but I will say, if you do want to cascade the ribbon, like it looks like one long piece of ribbon going in and out of the branches, then you are probably going to want to get wired ribbon because it helps keep it in place. So I have the green ribbon is wired and then this red velvety ribbon is not wired. So that's why I'm making more of the bows out of the velvety non-wired ribbon because it can kind of hang, whereas I do need some of that wired ribbon to do that cascading look. So I don't have any of those wires to kind of put it together or pipe cleaners. So I used a Christmas ornament hook to tie it together. And then I was going to tie it to the tree because I have 100 million of those things, but that's not my favorite idea. I thought it was going to be easier than it was, but although it's like easy to bend, it's not that easy to bend, if that makes any sense. So I did that for one of them. And then on the other ones, I just kind of hung within the branches. But what I'm doing is I'm double layering the bows. So the green bow is a little bit bigger and then the red bow is a little smaller. And then I'm just kind of mashing them together. And then I think I made either 6 or 8 total, and I just tried to evenly kind of spread them out so that I have some cascading ribbon, which I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute with that. And then I'll have a bow, and then I'll continue on with that ribbon. So here's a ribbon that I'm talking about that I'm going to make a filler in between the bows. And this one is a wired ribbon. I got this one from Sam's, and I'm just going to kind of look at the length and just cut it and weave it in between the branches. So I'll take one end, tie it into one of the tree limbs, and then pull it out and over, and then use another branch tip to kind of tie it in. Once I got the length that I wanted, then I'll kind of cut it at the end, and then I'll continue to do that. And I'm also going to kind of go in different directions. So the overall look is going to look like it's one long strand woven in and out of the tree, but this way it just keeps it in more secure. I said tree earlier, but I meant garland.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, the leaves are so unchanging.
So the reality is that it takes so long to get anything done. And earlier I said I've been decorating for a month, and a lot of that contributes to having to start and stop every 5 minutes. And what you guys see is just the completed project most of the time. But lo and behold, I do finish, and this is the completed project with all of the ribbon intertwined, cascading in and out of the garland, and all as well as the bows. So the next step will be clearing off the front porch so I can get it hung. And because I added so many extra lights to it, it is heavy, like way heavier than I expected. So that becomes a challenge within itself.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too.
All right, I got that hung, and there were nails in the brick from last year that I tried to hook it on, or they were like nail hooks. So next we are working on this tree, and I know what happened. I think that I got lazy putting this tree away last year, and it does detach, and I think I couldn't break it apart. So I probably just got irritated and just like bent it and shoved it in the box and was like, I'm done. But yeah, so now it looks like, what is it? A Grinch tree. So let's try and straighten it out and then get it all fluffed out. And then these are going to be my front porch trees. Now I've had these trees. I have 2 of them. I've had them for several years and they were always my inside trees. But one year the lights went out in one of them. So I ordered lights off of Amazon. You know, I like my cluster lights. So I ordered cluster lights off of Amazon, wrapped them. That's why they're so bright, is because they're my own lights. And then because my front porch is red and white, then I also wrapped in red lights in there as well. Now, Chris and I have always kind of debated about outside lights. And Chris is my husband, if you're new here. But he really likes all white classic lights. And I like a little bit of color. One thing that we love about Christmas is going and looking at other people's Christmas lights, and Chris hangs Christmas lights, part of his business. He owns a landscaping business, so in the winter time they hang lights. So needless to say, we're just really into lights. And one debate we always have is that he likes the classic white lights and I like lights that have a little bit of color. Because I'm always like, when you drive by somebody's house, you know, you see classic white, classic light, and then when you see like something else, it just draws your eye. So on the outside of our house, we have all classic white lights, and oh, there's my little Astros Grinch. I know I have a lot of Astros fans on here too. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this season. Anyway, we have our classic white lights on the outside of our house, and then so that way on the front porch, then we have the red and white. So it's classic, but then it still like makes a statement when you drive by. And then we have like this little train in our yard, kind of like the Polar Express. I'll show you a little clip at the end. And then what I did do was convince Chris to buy me these gigantic wreaths, which I wrap at the end. I'll show you too. So anyway, what I'm asking is, do you guys like classic white lights or do you like different colored lights? So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your house, outside of your house, is decorated with. All right, so since I decorated the garland with ribbon and bows, then I felt it was necessary to also decorate the trees next to the garland with ribbon and bows. So I'm making my own bow, which afterwards, one of my cousins like sent me a Instagram clip of like how to make a bow, because I was like, I don't know, I just like create a bunch of loops, put it together. I probably should watch something on how to make really pretty bows, but I haven't. I'm always in a hurry, you know, with the time that I have. So he sent me this clip of how to make one of these bows, and I'm like, well, I've already done everything, so I'll use it for next year. But what I'm doing is just, I have all wired ribbon. So the outside is wired so that it stays loopy. And then I just created a ton of different loops, and then I just grouped it together. And then I will use a pipe cleaner to connect it, stick it, whatever, to the top of the tree. And then I will just cascade some ribbon down the tree.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it's just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
So I think it turned out okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. You know what's funny is this past weekend, my sister came and stayed with me because Chris had went out of town, and she came and saw like all of my decorations for the first time in person, and she said, you know, Michelle, over the years, you've just gotten really, really good at decorating. Like you've gotten, like it looks professional. And I'm like, wow, well, thank you, because I'm nowhere near professional. And what's funny is I told her that, I said, you know, you've always been the better decorator. You've always been the more creative one. And I've always just wanted to be like you. But I think in life, we're given these gifts which make us who we are, but we're so programmed to worry about what we're not good at and what's not as good as someone else's, instead of leaning into the gifts that we do have and strengthening them. And I read this quote recently, and I can't remember the exact example, but it was something like, if your kid is making an A in music and is making a C in math, then you should hire a music coach and not a math tutor. And there's so many examples like that. So what is your gift, and how can you strengthen it and stop the distractions? And distractions being comparison and self-doubt, and focusing on all of the wrong things. Now, if you feel pulled to share your gift, you should use it and share it in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Now, if you ever wanted to take a leap of faith and get started on YouTube, then I do have a free YouTube power kit, 7 steps to getting started on YouTube, that you can download in a link below. But you do have something to offer whether you realize it or not. These lanterns are so beautiful at night and in person, and they're from Costco. I ordered them last year online from Costco, and they're the 7-foot lanterns. So our front porch area is kind of smaller and compact, so I put them in the back because they're taller than the trees, but it's hard to see them, and I would rather people see the lanterns than the trees because they're just that beautiful. Now we have this big tree on the left side here, and otherwise I would put them kind of more out of the front porch area, but for now that's just what we're going to do. And then this wreath is also from Costco, and that will go on the front door. Now, before we get to the nighttime part of it, I'm going to quickly decorate my guest bathroom, which is Grinch theme. And everything here is from Hobby Lobby. I got that little singing Grinch. Actually, I think that was from At Home. And for the last 2 years, my kids have played with it so much, it kind of broke the head off. And then this little, it's like a recycled wine bottle. We bought it from a Christmas market in Galveston, and she would make these cute little bottles, and then it raised money for something. So it's cute, and it turns the light on. But Grinch is another favorite of ours. So leave me a comment. What is your favorite Christmas movie? I'm going to use some sticky putty that I got off of Amazon to hang some of the smaller signs. The putty works well on non-heavy items if you don't want to put a nail in your wall for something that is pretty light, but it did leave a little mark like on the paint whenever I took them off last year. But here's my Grinch themed guest bathroom. So the next phase of our outside decorating is this ginormous wreath that I got Chris to pick up. So we bought 2 wreaths that were like 36 inches, and then I was like, I need a big wreath in front of one of the windows, and he went with the size. I'm like, no, we need the absolute biggest wreath that we can get. So we got a 60-inch wreath, and we are going to put it together, and then I'm going to add red lights so that all the wreaths on the windows outside my house are red and white, and then our front porch is red and white, and then the rest of our house is classic white. So let's put this thing together and turn on the magic.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're
So we put the bow on the bottom of the wreath because the main feature of the wreath is the lights. Then I didn't want to block any of the lights by putting the bow at the top. So let's hang this beauty up and see how bright she shines.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling
You're my lifeline. You're my lifeline. You're my lifeline. You're my lifeline. You're my lifeline.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week, and be sure to subscribe.
Show and forgive.